Welcome to the station crew. Enjoy your stay.
So last time we explored the Charlie station. We found the power generator that we used to charge the APCs and the areas a little bit so that the airlocks are working right now. But we don't have any more fuel for the power generator, that is uranium sheets, and now we need some other source of power. And we found this broken solar arrays. How can I tell that it's broken? Is that because the wire there is not connected? The yellow thing is a wire. And first, let me try to explain the power a little bit before we start fixing it, because I want you to understand how exactly the power is working in TG station. Now, every area has an APC, the area power controller, and the area is, you can think of it as a room. So if I take a look at this APC, it says Charlie Station Engineering APC. If I take a look at the scrubbers, it also has the same prefix, the Charlie Station Engineering. The fire alarm has it, the air alarm have it. So every single area, every single room has a basic set of these machines that are responsible for power and air and fire locks. These yellow power cables are kind of a high voltage cables. They run through the station and they're coming from the power sources. And then they go to every single room, to every single APC. And under APC, we have this module that comes from APC that connects to this wire. And from the APC, there are invisible low voltage wire coming to every single equipment piece in this room. There are certain types of machines that need to be wired up to the power cables of high voltage in order to work, but these are minority. Most of the equipment can be just placed in the area, and for example, this solar control machine will be using power from this APC without needing any wire beneath it. Now, let's take a look at the APC, what exactly it has. So there's a power status. We can turn it on and off entirely with the beaker. There is also a power cell inside every single APC. It is used to store some buffer of the power in the case when the power runs out, so that the entire station will not go down. There will be some buffer that the APC can use in order to power some equipment, lights, and environment. There's a charge mode. You can change it to auto, on and off. If you don't want this APC to draw the power from the power net, you can just stop this. And also the power channels equipment that is used by the environment, such as sorry, not the environment, but not by the machines, such as the solar controls, different machines. It's usually most power hungry piece of the channels. Then there's the lighting. It is responsible for light fixtures. It usually consumes much less than the equipment. And environment is just the air parts, the scrubbers, the ventilation, the airlocks are the environment, and they don't have any big power draw. It's just a minor thing, so it can last quite a while on this limited amount of power that we have. And also some controls over the APC. There's a cover lock. We can pry it open with a crowbar to expose the power cell and the wires to tackle with the APC as a machine, or even remove it and place it somewhere else. There's the emergency lighting. It's for the case when there's no power in the area, and the lights can use an internal power cell to just show a dim light like this fire alarm has right now. And also the night shift lighting, it dims lights to reduce the power consumption to basically half the power usage for the lights. Also, I can see that there is a power cell here and a crowbar. It seems like this power cell is charged at 100%. So yeah, it says that it's a spare APC battery for emergency solely, do not use for stun prods. We can use a crowbar to remove the cover from APC and put this battery. So let's do it now. In order to do this, I need to first unlock it, and then I can use a crowbar to pry it open. So we see that right now the battery is exposed, and I can click on it to remove it. Now you can see that there is no power cell. It says 0%, and here we have it in our hand. Now let's put this high capacity power cell inside, and immediately that it's fully charged, you can see that every power channel is now working. We can turn on the night shift lighting to dim the light a little bit. It reduces the usage of power for the lighting, and it also powers the equipment. So it will be very useful when we set up solar array, because we need the equipment to be on in order to control the solar panels. Right, so we can close this off, and we have some time to work in this room to set up the solars. But first, let's read what we need to actually do for the solars. Now, there's a big line of text here. I will not read this all out. So I will just say you what I know. So we have this array assemblies here. Some of them are broken, some of them are intact, and they're connected by the power cables. Right now, they don't have that many power cables. And what we need to do is first to lay the power cables to connect all the solar panels that are detached from one another, and they should be on one network and connected to the single power cable that goes to the solar control machine that we have right now here. And also they need a solar tracker that will automatically turn the solar panels towards the sun so that we have the maximum efficiency. Otherwise it would be quite hard to manage it manually. Now, we also lack some solar panels, so we can go and grab those assemblies that we've seen in the room before. Let's actually go and do this. So it was somewhere here. Open it up with a crowbar. It seems like this APC no longer has the environment power remaining. So there's quite a lot. I will put them all into one crate. Probably we don't need all of them. One crate should be enough. So it can also fit a bit more than it has by default. Like so. We're leaving behind 6 assemblies. It's probably fine, but I'll come back for them if we need them. Now we have the assemblies with us. We also need the glass. We have it here, and we also have our tracker electronics and obviously the cable coils. So we are ready to set it up. But we need to go to space. It means that there is some danger in there. We need first to consider how we're going to fight the carps. We'll be using the laser gun. I will not need the crowbar for now because we have this airlocks working because of the power that we just put into this APC. And I will put the laser gun into the belt slot so I can quickly use it and shoot off the carps that are attacking us. Insulated gloves will be needed because we will lay the cables. I will put them on for now. We will also need a wrench. So let's try to look. Yep, there's a toolbox and it has a wrench inside. So we will take it. And other than that, I need some equipment to actually survive in this space. So I can see that there's a suite storage unit. We can open it. Yep, and there is a space suite that we can wear, and even an oxygen tank that has plenty of oxygen inside. So we're good to go, I believe. We don't have any mask, but the helmet acts as a mask. If it covers the entire head, you can just enable the internals and you'll be able to breathe inside the helmet. Also, the suite that we have here, the space suite, has thermal regulator. It will use an internal power cell, but it is fine. I can enable it. It will last for a while. And I believe we are ready to go. So we can grab our engineering crate and go lay down the cables. Okay, no signs of carps yet. we just place the cables here. Let me actually take a look around to see if we need to fight any carps. So no one to the left, no one to the bottom, no one to the right. Okay, good. It means that I can probably put my binoculars here for now. And we don't need the laser gun, so I can safely put my insulated gloves and continue placing the cables to connect all power cables under the floors that are beneath the solar panels. So just placing it all like this should be working fine. I can see that there's some other station there, but we will not bother with it for now. It's probably the beta station with the atmospherics that was mentioned in the file that we read. Okay, so we're done placing the cables. Now let's drag actually the solar assemblies. So I can take one in left hand and then one in right hand, and also drag another one with a control. And this way I can place up to 3 of them. I will drag them around first and then put the glass on. Probably going to be easier to do it this way. Right half almost done. Now this spot is a central one, kinda asks me to put a solar tracker over there. So we'll put one assembly that will be our solar tracker, and I will actually wrench it down straight away and put the tracker electronics inside so that we know that it will be our tracker assembly. Right, a bit more, we will have enough. We will. Right, and we need 3 more. That's exactly what we have. Perfect. Now all assemblies are in place. We only need to wrench them down and put the glass panel on. So taking my wrench, attaching it all to the floors, and putting the glass pane. This one is already wrenched down, so I just need to put glass there. It should rotate towards the sun once it starts working. Right, we're running out of glass, but I hope it will be enough. Right, it is enough. Perfect. We also have some left over, just one. Right, now we should be good to go. Let's return to the tracker controls. Also, you can notice that there are some RTGs. These are very low voltage power supplies that are basically power cells that are infinitely running, like kind of a nuclear power cell that gives us very small voltage, but it's constant. Not good for anything because a single solar panel provides more power than this one, but still good that we have them. Right, now this is the solar control computer. We can take a look at the power output. It says right now 0 watts, and it sees no solar panels and it sees no solar tracker. To actually figure out that there is some equipment attached to this computer, we need to scan for new hardware. It found 48 solar panels and 1 tracker, and now we can control them using either manual azimuth change. It will make our solar panels rotate, as you can see. So when I rotate them, they follow the angle that I tell them to follow. Also, there is a timed control, so you can tell how many degrees per minute they should rotate. but also because we have this solar tracker and you can see that it points towards the sun. It is to the right now. I can just say automatically rotate. They take the best possible alignment and they provide the most power that we can get. And soon we will see the chart starting to show the power output of the solar panels. Now, 9 of 10 engineers don't really know how the solar panels work exactly. They actually can provide the power constantly. There is no such thing as an eclipse here on the Space Station 13. The station is probably flying at some kind of a polar orbit, so the sun is always available. There is never a shadow from the moon, from the planet itself. So it is possible to make the panel working on 100% efficiency, but you need to know how. And the secret is that it needs to have no solid walls in the radius, I think, of about 20 tiles. That is equal to around 20 meters. So here you can see that we have on the top enough of free space, so when they look up they will get the full power, but because there are walls to the right and to the left from the solar panels, they will barely have any power once the sun is shining from that direction. And down below there, under the solar panels array, there is no wall there, and so when the sun actually goes through that sector, we will get the full power. So right now it seems that the sun is slowly going towards that direction, so we should soon get about 100% of the power output. It will be actually very good and will let us to charge the batteries a little bit. Now, how exactly will it work? So it will provide the power from the solar panels to this cable, which will then give the power to these terminals that are attached to this power storage unit, and also another one that is basically the same. The power units have an input and output. You have already seen it where we had the generator. And the general rule to controlling this is you should put the input at the maximum, because you need to accept the entire load if you want to power this battery as much as possible. If this battery is connected to the general network that is running through the station, you probably want to reduce it, because it will just grab the entire wattage that it needs until the battery is full. But if you have it connected to the solar panel or some other power source, and then you feed the electricity from this storage unit to the network on the station, you need to max it up so that you will not lose any power that is generated. But the output should be a little below the medium amount that you receive, to make sure that we do not give off the entire power that we have stored, but we actually charge a little bit. So that, let's say that when there is a power of 60 kilowatts here, we will give outside to the network only 50 kilowatts, so that we have a little bit of power stored in the battery, so that when we have 0 kilowatts and no sun available, then we will have some electricity going from the battery to the station power net. Right, so we see that it's starting to charging, and this one is not charging, but this is a backup. It will probably charge after the first one. And also we have here another power monitoring console. We see the entire network of the station here. So we see that there is some beta station, main corridor, mid bay, and mining equipment. These are all the areas APCs, by the way. So we can see that the equipment is off there because there's not enough charge, lights are off, and the rest of the station right now is on, and all the batteries on the APCs are charging. And right now we are on this Charlie Station Engineering. You can see that it has 95% of charge. It's because we just put the power cell there, but the rest of the station is slowly charging up. you can see that right now we have a supply of 50 kilowatts. That's the number that we've put in the power storage unit because we decided to give only 50 for now. We may receive more, but it will be stored in the battery until the sun will be out, and then the battery will probably use all that power to power the network anyway. But for now, it's equal. Though I want to say that we don't need this much power, since right now all APCs are charging. Here you can see the percentage of the charge. It's about the batteries that are inside the APC, and they're drawing a bit more than they need, just because they need to first charge the batteries. Once they're done charging the batteries, they will not request for more power. They will only request for the amount that they need to give to the equipment and airlocks inside every single area. So it will probably be much less than 50 kilowatts, so we should be good to go just with the solar panels. Right, now that we have the power setup, we can take a look at what we have else in our list. I will put the suite back into the storage unit and close it off. Let's explore the room a little bit. So we also have another high capacity power cell, maybe useful. We'll take it with us. Nothing else here. There's ashes. We will be able to use it for chemistry a bit later. There's this engineering equipment access, probably needed to open something. Leave it with us. Another power cell, but it's quite kind of dead, so we will leave it here. Put the broken tile back. And we also have some tools, so I will pick them up. The multi-tool is actually a very useful tool that can tell us how much power there is in the network. So we can see that this one has 50 kilowatts and no excess power because everything is used. But this power cable shows us that we have 72 and 75 kilowatts provided by the solar panels, and it's exactly what it says here. And yeah, as I said, you can see that the azimuth rotated a little bit. Sound is right now shining down from the station there, and it's up to 100%. It seems like this is our maximum capacity, and it will be running on 100% for a while the azimuth turn a bit to the left and be obscured by the beta station, I believe, to our left, and then we will be stuck without any power, waiting for the sun to go back up. Now, other than the multi-tool, there are some other handy tools here, like wire cutters to cut the power cables, gas analyzer to check the air in the room or inside a pipe. And we will talk about pipes also a bit later. The crowbar that we already have, a welding tool, and a screwdriver. I will actually drop my crowbar here and move this entire toolbox inside my box. But it says that I don't have enough room for the gas analyzer. I will take it manually with me. Right, so let's check our weeds that we have there. Okay, so we have some mushrooms growing. Some of them are dead, unfortunately, but some of them are alive, so we can grab the seeds. These pump helmets will probably be fine if we give them a little bit of nutriments. Yep. And for now, I will just grab the weeds that we have here, wait a little bit until I harvest a bit more, until the nutriments are out and the water is also empty. And we'll talk about the atmospherics in the next episode.